Welcome to Wisdom Audiobooks. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the endless distractions in your life? Do you struggle to focus on what truly matters? In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with information, notifications, and demands that pull us in every direction. The result? We lose sight of what's important and find ourselves stuck in a cycle of stress and inefficiency. By learning how to cut through the noise, you can reclaim your time, energy, and focus to create a life filled with purpose, productivity, and peace. Introduction. The audiobook How to Cut Out the Noise and Focus on What Really Matters is written and published by Wisdom Audiobooks. This audiobook was created with one goal in mind: to help you navigate the chaos of modern life and rediscover what truly matters to you. We understand how challenging it can be to stay focused when everything around you seems to demand your attention. Whether you're a busy professional juggling deadlines, a student trying to balance studies and personal growth, or someone simply seeking clarity amidst the noise, this audiobook is for you. It addresses the very real struggles you face: feeling overwhelmed, losing track of priorities, and yearning for a more meaningful life. We've been there too. That's why we've poured our hearts into crafting this guide, filled with practical strategies, actionable advice, and inspiring insights. Our aim is to empower you with tools that will not only transform your mindset but also revolutionize the way you live your life. By the end of this audiobook, you'll have a clear roadmap to eliminate distractions, prioritize effectively, and focus on what brings you joy and fulfillment. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let us walk alongside you as you embark on this transformative journey. Your wisdom journey starts here. Chapter 1. Understanding the noise in your life. Before we can learn how to focus on what truly matters, we must first understand the nature of the noise that surrounds us. Noise isn't just the literal sounds in our environment, it's the constant distractions, unnecessary tasks, and overwhelming demands that cloud our minds and steal our attention. In this chapter, we'll explore what noise really is, why it affects us so deeply, and how you can identify the specific triggers in your life. By understanding the root causes of distraction, you'll be better equipped to silence the noise and reclaim control over your time and energy. 1. What is noise? Let's start by defining what we mean by noise. Noise is anything that distracts you from your true priorities, whether it's social media notifications, endless emails, or even the pressure to meet unrealistic expectations set by society. It's the clutter in your mind and your environment that keeps you from focusing on what truly matters. To illustrate this, let me share a story about Sarah, a marketing executive who felt like she was drowning in her own life. Every morning, Sarah would wake up to a flood of emails, Slack messages, and texts. Her day was a whirlwind of meetings, deadlines, and last-minute requests from colleagues. Despite working long hours, she always felt behind. One evening, after yet another exhausting day, Sarah sat down and asked herself, "Why am I so tired all the time? Why does it feel like I'm running in circles?" The answer hit her. She was spending most of her time reacting to external demands instead of focusing on what truly mattered to her: her family, her health, and her personal goals. Once Sarah identified the noise in her life, she began taking steps to reduce it, and soon, she noticed a significant improvement in both her productivity and happiness. Now, think about your own life for a moment. What are the noises that distract you? Are they digital interruptions? Social obligations? Or perhaps the inner voice that constantly doubts your abilities? Identifying these sources of noise is the first step toward eliminating them. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The future depends on what you do today." If you want to build a future filled with purpose and clarity, you need to start by addressing the noise in your present. 2. Why does noise affect us so much? Now that we know what noise is, let's dive deeper into why it has such a profound impact on our lives. To understand this, we need to look at how our brains process information. The human brain is wired to seek novelty and stimulation. This trait was incredibly useful for our ancestors, who needed to stay alert to survive in dangerous environments. However, in today's world, where information is abundant and distractions are everywhere, this same trait often works against us. Research shows that every time you switch tasks, whether it's checking your phone during a meeting or scrolling through Instagram while working, you lose valuable mental energy. According to a study published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology, task switching can reduce productivity by up to 40%. That's because your brain needs time to refocus each time you shift your attention. Over time, this constant switching leads to mental fatigue, decreased performance, and even burnout. But the effects of noise go beyond just productivity. Chronic exposure to distractions can harm your mental health, leading to increased stress, anxiety, and feelings of overwhelm. As psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, the pioneer of flow theory, explains, the best moments in our lives are not the passive, receptive, relaxing times. The best moments usually occur if a person's body or mind is stretched to its limits in a voluntary effort to accomplish something difficult and worthwhile. When you're constantly distracted, you rob yourself of the opportunity to experience these moments of deep engagement and fulfillment. So, the next time you find yourself reaching for your phone or opening another tab on your browser, pause and ask yourself, is this adding value to my life? Or is it just another form of noise? 3. Identifying your personal noise triggers. Understanding the science behind noise is important, but it's equally crucial to identify the specific triggers that affect you personally. Everyone's noise profile is unique, shaped by their habits, environment, and personality. Here's a simple exercise to help you uncover your own noise triggers. Step 1. Take out a piece of paper or open a note-taking app on your phone. Step 2. Write down everything that distracts you throughout the day. Be honest with yourself. Is it social media? Email alerts? Procrastination? Negative self-talk? Step 3. Categorize these distractions into 3 groups. Digital distractions, notifications, apps, websites, etc. Environmental distractions, noisy surroundings, cluttered spaces, interruptions from others, etc. Internal distractions, worry, fear, self-doubt, or perfectionism. Once you've identified your noise triggers, you can start taking action to eliminate them. For example, if social media is a major source of distraction for you, consider using tools like app blockers or setting designated times for checking your accounts. If your workspace is cluttered, take 15 minutes to organize it. Small changes like these can make a big difference in reducing noise and improving your focus. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, famously said, "Deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do." By identifying and cutting out the noise in your life, you create space for the things that truly matter. A powerful insight to remember. Before we move on to the next chapter, I want to leave you with one final thought. Noise isn't inherently bad, it's simply a part of modern life. The problem arises when we allow it to dominate our attention and dictate our actions. By becoming aware of the noise around you and within you, you take the first step toward reclaiming your power. Remember the words of author and philosopher Henry David Thoreau. Simplify, simplify. Life doesn't have to be complicated. When you cut out the noise, you create room for clarity, creativity, and connection. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to focus on what truly matters by mastering the art of prioritization. Until then, take a moment to reflect on the noise in your life. What small change can you make today to reduce it? Chapter 2. The Art of Focusing on What Matters. Now that we've identified the noise in our lives, it's time to shift our focus to what truly matters. Focusing on what matters isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about learning how to prioritize effectively, cultivate a focused mindset, and eliminate distractions that pull you away from your goals. In this chapter, we'll explore practical techniques to help you master the art of focusing on what truly matters. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a clear understanding of how to align your daily actions with your long-term vision. 1. Prioritization techniques. One of the most powerful ways to focus on what matters is through effective prioritization. Without clear priorities, it's easy to get caught up in busywork, tasks that keep you occupied but don't move you closer to your goals. To avoid this trap, let's dive into 2 proven prioritization frameworks: the Eisenhower Matrix and the Pareto Principle. 1.1. The Eisenhower Matrix. sorting tasks by urgency and importance. The Eisenhower Matrix, named after former U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, is a simple yet powerful tool for prioritizing tasks. It divides tasks into 4 quadrants based on their urgency and importance. Quadrant 1, urgent and important. These are tasks that require immediate attention, such as deadlines or crises. While these tasks are unavoidable, spending too much time here can lead to stress and burnout. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important. This quadrant is where the magic happens. It includes activities like planning, relationship building, and personal development. These tasks may not feel urgent, but they are critical for long-term success and fulfillment. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important. These tasks often involve interruptions, such as unnecessary meetings or emails. They may seem pressing, but they don't contribute to your bigger goals. Delegate or minimize these whenever possible. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important. These are time wasters, like mindless scrolling or watching TV for hours. Eliminate them entirely or save them for moments when you need a mental break. To apply the Eisenhower Matrix, take a moment to list all the tasks on your plate. Then, categorize them into the 4 quadrants. Focus most of your energy on Quadrant 2 tasks, as they align with your long-term vision. As Stephen Covey, author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, wisely said, "The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities." 1.2. The Pareto Principle, 80-20 rule, focusing on high-impact activities. Another game-changing concept is the Pareto Principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. This principle states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. For example, 80% of your income might come from 20% of your clients, or 80% of your happiness might stem from 20% of your relationships. To leverage the Pareto Principle, ask yourself, what are the 20% of activities that drive 80% of my results? Once you identify these high-impact activities, double down on them. Let go of low-value tasks that drain your time and energy. For instance, Elon Musk, one of the busiest entrepreneurs in the world, uses a variation of the Pareto Principle to manage his workload. He focuses relentlessly on the most critical aspects of his businesses while delegating or automating everything else. You don't have to run a billion-dollar company to apply this principle. Start small by identifying the tasks that bring you the greatest return on investment, whether it's professionally or personally. 2. Building a focused mindset. Prioritization is essential, but without a focused mindset, even the best-laid plans can fall apart. Let's explore how to cultivate a mindset that supports deep focus and sustained productivity. 2.1. Practicing mindfulness, training your brain to stay present. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment without judgment. It's a powerful tool for improving focus because it trains your brain to resist distractions and stay anchored in the task at hand. Research shows that mindfulness meditation can increase gray matter density in areas of the brain associated with attention and decision-making. A study conducted by Harvard University found that participants who practiced mindfulness for just 12 minutes a day experienced significant improvements in focus and emotional regulation. Here's a simple mindfulness exercise you can try right now. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Focus your attention on your breath. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to your breathing. Even a few minutes of mindfulness each day can help you build the mental resilience needed to stay focused in a noisy world. As Thich Nhat Hanh, the renowned Zen master, once said, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." 2.2. Overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt. Another common barrier to focus is negative self-talk. Have you ever started a task only to be interrupted by thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "This is too hard"? These inner voices can derail your progress and sap your motivation. To combat self-doubt, try reframing your thoughts. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I'm learning how to do this." Celebrate small wins along the way to boost your confidence. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Author Brené Brown puts it beautifully. Vulnerability is not winning or losing, it's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. When you embrace vulnerability and push through self-doubt, you unlock your full potential. 3. Eliminating distractions. Now that we've covered prioritization and building a focused mindset, let's tackle the external factors that disrupt our focus: distractions. Distractions are like leaks in a boat. They may seem small, but over time, they can sink your productivity. Here's how to plug those leaks and create an environment that supports deep work. 3.1. Designing a distraction-free workspace. Your physical environment plays a crucial role in your ability to focus. A cluttered, noisy, or chaotic workspace can make it nearly impossible to concentrate. Start by decluttering your desk. Remove anything that doesn't serve your immediate task. Keep only the essentials within reach, such as your notebook, pen, and computer. If noise is an issue, consider using noise-canceling headphones or playing ambient sounds like rain or white noise. Studies show that certain types of background music, particularly instrumental tracks, can enhance focus and creativity. Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, emphasizes the importance of optimizing your environment for productivity. He suggests setting up a minimalist workspace, where everything has a purpose. By creating a clean, organized space, you signal to your brain that it's time to focus. 3.2. Leveraging technology to block digital distractions. In today's digital age, technology is both a blessing and a curse. While it connects us to endless opportunities, it also serves as a major source of distraction. To regain control, use technology strategically to block out interruptions. Here are some tools you can try. Focus at Will, a music service designed to improve concentration by playing scientifically optimized soundtracks. Freedom, an app that blocks distracting websites and apps across all your devices. Forest, a gamified app that grows virtual trees while you stay off your phone. If you leave the app, the tree dies, a fun way to stay accountable. Additionally, set boundaries with your devices. Turn off non-essential notifications, and designate specific times to check emails or social media. As Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, advises, to produce at your peak level, you need to work for extended periods with full concentration on a single task free from distraction. 3.3. Setting boundaries with others. Sometimes, the biggest distractions come from people around us, whether it's a colleague stopping by for a chat or a family member interrupting your workflow. While it's important to maintain healthy relationships, you also need to protect your focus. Communicate your boundaries clearly. For example, you might say, I'm working on an important project right now, so I'll be unavailable for the next hour. Let's reconnect after that. Most people will respect your request if you explain it politely and confidently. Oprah Winfrey once said, surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. While this quote speaks to relationships, it also applies to focus. Surround yourself with people who understand and support your need for uninterrupted time. A powerful insight to remember. Focusing on what matters isn't just about avoiding distractions, it's about intentionally directing your energy toward activities that align with your values and goals. When you master the art of prioritization, cultivate a focused mindset, and eliminate distractions, you create a foundation for success and fulfillment. As Bruce Lee famously said, absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own. In other words, focus on what truly serves you and let go of everything else. Chapter 3. Finding your true purpose. Now that you've learned how to prioritize and focus, it's time to dig deeper into the heart of what truly matters, your purpose. Purpose is the guiding force that gives meaning to your life. It's the why behind everything you do. Without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to get lost in the noise and distractions of everyday life. In this chapter, we'll explore how to discover your core values, set meaningful goals, and align your daily actions with your long-term vision. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a roadmap for living a life that feels authentic, fulfilling, and aligned with your deepest aspirations. 1. Discovering your core values. Before you can define your purpose, you need to understand what drives you at the deepest level. Your core values. Core values are the principles and beliefs that guide your decisions, shape your behavior, and determine what's most important to you. They act as a compass, helping you navigate life's challenges and opportunities with clarity and confidence. 1.1. Identifying what truly matters to you. To uncover your core values, start by reflecting on moments when you felt most alive, fulfilled, or proud. Ask yourself, what activities make me lose track of time? When do I feel most aligned with who I am? What qualities do I admire most in others? For example, imagine someone named Alex who loves mentoring young professionals. He feels energized when he helps others grow and succeed. Through reflection, Alex realizes that one of his core values is service, the act of contributing to something greater than himself. Once you've identified a few potential values, narrow them down to your top 3 or 4. These will serve as the foundation for everything else you do. 1.2. Living according to your values. Knowing your values is only half the battle. The real magic happens when you live according to them. For instance, if one of your core values is family, but you're constantly working late nights and missing important moments with loved ones, there's a misalignment. To bridge this gap, you might decide to set boundaries around your work hours or schedule regular family dinners. As Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor and author of Man's Search for Meaning, wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost anyhow." When your actions align with your values, you create a sense of coherence and purpose that fuels your motivation and resilience. Let's pause here for a moment. Take out a piece of paper or open a notes app and write down your top 3 core values. Keep them somewhere visible. They'll serve as a reminder of what truly matters to you. 2. Setting meaningful goals. Once you've clarified your core values, the next step is to translate them into actionable goals. Goals give structure to your purpose, turning abstract ideals into concrete steps you can take every day. 2.1. The power of SMART goals. One of the most effective frameworks for setting goals is the SMART method, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's break it down. Specific, clearly define what you want to achieve. Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," say, "I want to exercise 3 times a week." Measurable, ensure your goal has criteria for tracking progress. For example, "I will read 12 books this year." Achievable, set realistic goals that challenge you without overwhelming you. Relevant, align your goals with your core values and long-term vision. Time-bound, assign deadlines to create urgency and accountability. For example, let's return to Alex, whose core value is service. Using the SMART framework, he sets a goal. "I will mentor 2 young professionals each month for the next 6 months." This goal is specific, mentoring, measurable, 2 people per month, achievable, given his experience, relevant, aligns with his value of service, and time-bound 6 months. 2.2. Breaking down big goals into small steps. Big goals can feel daunting, but they become manageable when broken into smaller, incremental steps. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, start by committing to writing just 200 words a day. Over time, those small efforts add up to something significant. As Tony Robbins, motivational speaker and life coach, says, "Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible." By setting meaningful goals, you transform your dreams into tangible outcomes. 3. Aligning daily actions with your purpose. The final step in finding your true purpose is ensuring that your daily actions reflect your larger vision. Too often, we get caught up in busy work that doesn't move us closer to our goals. Here's how to stay aligned. 3.1. Creating a morning routine that sets the tone. Your morning routine is a powerful tool for staying focused on your purpose. Start your day with activities that energize and inspire you, such as journaling, meditating, or exercising. For example, Oprah Winfrey begins her mornings with gratitude practices and reading inspiring texts. She credits these habits with keeping her grounded and focused throughout the day. Consider designing a morning routine that reinforces your core values. If one of your values is growth, dedicate 15 minutes to learning something new. If it's connection, reach out to a friend or family member with a thoughtful message. 3.2. Practicing consistency over perfection. Consistency is more important than perfection. It's better to take small, imperfect actions every day than to wait for the perfect moment to act. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, explains, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Focus on building systems, daily habits and routines that support your long-term vision. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, commit to drinking more water, taking short walks, or preparing nutritious meals. These small habits compound over time, creating lasting change. 3.3. Staying accountable. Accountability is key to staying on track. Share your goals with a trusted friend, join a community of like-minded individuals, or hire a coach to keep you accountable. Accountability partners provide encouragement, feedback, and motivation when you need it most. As entrepreneur Seth Godin once said, "The only thing worse than starting something and failing is not starting something." Don't let fear of failure hold you back. Take action today, even if it's just one small step toward your purpose. A powerful insight to remember. Finding your true purpose isn't about achieving some grand, elusive milestone. It's about living authentically and intentionally every single day. When you align your actions with your values and goals, you create a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. Remember the words of Mahatma Gandhi. The future depends on what you do today. Every choice you make, no matter how small, shapes the trajectory of your life. Chapter 4. Practical Strategies for Long-Term Success. In the previous chapters, we've laid the groundwork for focusing on what truly matters by understanding noise, mastering prioritization, and discovering your purpose. But success isn't just about knowing what to do, it's about doing it consistently over time. In this chapter, we'll explore practical strategies that will help you sustain your focus, build resilience, and continuously improve. These tools are designed to support you not just today, but for the rest of your journey. 1. Time management techniques. Maximizing your most valuable resource. Time is finite, yet many of us squander it on activities that don't align with our goals or values. To achieve long-term success, you need to manage your time effectively. Here are 2 powerful techniques to help you make the most of every day. 1.1. The Pomodoro Technique. Breaking work into focused intervals. The Pomodoro technique is a simple yet highly effective method for boosting productivity. It involves working in short, focused bursts, typically 25 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break. After completing 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. This technique works because it leverages the brain's natural attention span. Research shows that sustained focus diminishes after about 20 to 30 minutes. So breaking tasks into manageable chunks helps maintain high performance. Here's how to get started. Choose a task you want to complete. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work without distractions. When the timer rings, take a 5-minute break to stretch, hydrate, or rest your eyes. Repeat the process until you've completed 4 Pomodoros, then reward yourself with a longer break. Francesco Cirillo, the creator of the Pomodoro technique, emphasizes its simplicity. When you use time as a tool, it becomes an ally rather than an enemy. By treating time as a resource to be optimized, you can accomplish more in less time. 1.2. Time blocking. Scheduling your day with precision. Another powerful time management strategy is time blocking, which involves dividing your day into specific blocks of time dedicated to particular tasks or activities. This approach ensures that you allocate sufficient time for high-priority tasks while minimizing the risk of overcommitting. For example, if writing is one of your priorities, block out 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for focused writing sessions. During this time, avoid checking emails or engaging in other distractions. Treat these blocks as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, advocates for time blocking as a way to protect your focus. He says, "If you don't control your schedule, someone else will." By taking charge of your time, you reclaim control over your productivity and purpose. 2. Building resilience, thriving through challenges. No matter how well you plan, life will inevitably throw curveballs. Building resilience, The ability to bounce back from setbacks is essential for long-term success. Here's how to cultivate resilience in the face of adversity. 2.1. Reframing failure as feedback. Failure is often seen as something to fear, but it's actually one of the greatest teachers. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of your worth, reframe it as valuable feedback that helps you grow. Take Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His relentless experimentation led to the invention of the light bulb, proving that persistence pays off. When you encounter obstacles, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I adjust my approach moving forward? Who can I turn to for support or guidance? By adopting a growth mindset, you transform failures into stepping stones towards success. 2.2. Practicing gratitude to build mental strength. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to stress and negativity. Studies show that practicing gratitude regularly increases happiness, reduces anxiety, and improves overall well-being. Start a daily gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. They don't have to be big. Sometimes the smallest joys, like a warm cup of coffee or a kind word from a friend, can brighten your outlook. Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More, captures the essence of gratitude beautifully. Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you cultivate a sense of abundance that fuels resilience. 3. Continuous improvement, embracing lifelong learning. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey of continuous growth and improvement. Here's how to foster a mindset of lifelong learning and stay ahead of the curve. 3.1. Adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset, coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. People with a growth mindset embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks, and view effort as a path to mastery. To cultivate a growth mindset, replace fixed statements like, "I'm not good at this," with empowering ones like, "I'm still learning." Celebrate progress, no matter how small, and seek opportunities to expand your skills. As Dweck explains, becoming is better than being. Focus on the process of becoming the best version of yourself, rather than striving for perfection. 3.2. Expanding your knowledge base. Reading books, listening to podcasts, and attending workshops are excellent ways to deepen your expertise and broaden your perspective. For example, Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, spends up to 80% of his day reading. He credits much of his success to his insatiable curiosity and commitment to learning. Make learning a habit by dedicating at least 30 minutes a day to personal development. Whether it's exploring a new topic, practicing a skill, or reflecting on your experiences, consistent learning compounds over time. 3.3. Seeking mentorship and community. No one succeeds alone. Surround yourself with mentors, coaches, and peers who inspire and challenge you. A strong support network provides accountability, encouragement, and fresh perspectives. For instance, Steve Jobs credited much of his early success to the mentorship he received from Robert Friedland, a charismatic entrepreneur who introduced him to Eastern philosophy and business principles. Jobs later said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." Find mentors who help you live authentically and pursue your unique path. A story of inspiration, the power of persistence. Let me share a story that illustrates the importance of persistence and adaptability. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced countless rejections before achieving success. As a single mother living on welfare, she wrote her first manuscript in cafes while her baby slept. Despite receiving rejection letters from multiple publishers, she refused to give up. Rowling once said, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case, you fail by default." Her perseverance paid off when Bloomsbury Publishing finally accepted her manuscript, launching one of the most beloved literary franchises in history. Her story reminds us that success often requires patience, resilience, and unwavering belief in ourselves. Chapter 5. Creating a Balanced and Meaningful Life. In our pursuit of success, it's easy to fall into the trap of overworking ourselves or neglecting other important aspects of life. True fulfillment doesn't come from excelling in one area. It comes from achieving balance across all dimensions of your life. In this chapter, we'll explore how to create harmony between work and personal life, prioritize self-care, and find joy in the present moment. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a blueprint for living a life that feels meaningful, sustainable, and deeply satisfying. 1. Balancing work and personal life. Achieving balance is not about splitting your time evenly between work and personal life. It's about ensuring that neither overshadows the other. Here's how to strike that delicate equilibrium. 1.1. Setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting your time and energy. Without them, work can spill into your personal life, leaving you feeling drained and disconnected. Start by defining clear boundaries around your work hours. For example, if you typically finish work at 6 p.m., commit to stepping away from emails and tasks after that time. Communicate these boundaries to colleagues, clients, and even family members so they understand and respect your limits. If you work from home, create physical boundaries as well. Designate a specific area of your home as your workspace, and avoid bringing work into spaces meant for relaxation, like your bedroom or living room. Arianna Huffington, founder of the Huffington Post and author of Thrive, emphasizes the importance of setting boundaries. We need to accept that we won't always make the right decisions, but we can make sure we're making conscious ones. By consciously choosing when and where you work, you reclaim control over your schedule and well-being. 1.2. Prioritizing quality time with loved ones. Work may pay the bills, but relationships nourish the soul. Spending quality time with family and friends strengthens your emotional resilience and provides a sense of belonging. Schedule regular check-ins with loved ones, whether it's a weekly dinner with family or a monthly coffee date with a close friend. During these moments, be fully present, put away your phone, listen actively, and engage in meaningful conversations. As Maya Angelou once said, "I sustain myself with the love of family." Relationships are the foundation of a balanced and fulfilling life. Nurture them, and they will nurture you in return. 2. Practicing self-care, investing in your well-being. Self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Taking care of yourself ensures that you have the energy and clarity to focus on what truly matters. Here's how to incorporate self-care into your daily routine. 2.1. Prioritizing physical health. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience life. Treat it with care by prioritizing sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Create a bedtime ritual that helps you wind down, such as reading a book or practicing deep breathing. Nutrition. Fuel your body with nutrient-rich foods that provide sustained energy throughout the day. Avoid excessive caffeine and sugar, which can lead to energy crashes. Exercise. Find an activity you enjoy, whether it's yoga, running, dancing, or hiking. Exercise not only boosts physical health but also improves mood and mental clarity. Research shows that regular physical activity reduces stress, enhances cognitive function, and increases overall happiness. As fitness expert Jillian Michaels puts it, "Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live." 2.2. Nurturing mental and emotional health. Mental and emotional health are just as important as physical health. Practice mindfulness, journaling, or therapy to process emotions and reduce stress. For instance, keeping a gratitude journal can shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Alternatively, engaging in creative activities like painting, writing, or playing music allows you to express yourself and tap into your inner joy. Remember the words of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. Apply this same principle to self-care. Small, consistent acts of kindness toward yourself yield profound results over time. 3. Finding joy in the present moment. Too often, we get caught up in planning for the future or dwelling on the past, missing the beauty of the present. Learning to savor the here and now is key to creating a meaningful life. 3.1. Practicing mindful awareness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment without judgment. It helps you appreciate life's simple pleasures, a warm cup of tea, a child's laughter, or the sound of birds chirping outside your window. To cultivate mindfulness, try this exercise. Pause whatever you're doing and take 3 deep breaths. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This technique, known as the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method, anchors you in the present moment and calms your mind. John Kabat-Zinn, founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, reminds us, "You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf." Life is unpredictable, but mindfulness teaches you how to navigate its ups and downs with grace and ease. 3.2. Celebrating small wins. Joy often hides in the smallest details. Take time to celebrate the little victories along the way, whether it's completing a challenging task, enjoying a meal with loved ones, or simply taking a peaceful walk. For example, imagine someone who finally completes their first 5K run. Instead of waiting until they run a marathon to feel proud, they celebrate this milestone as a testament to their effort and determination. As entrepreneur Richard Branson says, "Don't think what's the cheapest way to do it or what's the fastest way to do it. Think what's the most amazing way to do it." Approach life with wonder and curiosity, and you'll uncover joy in unexpected places. A story of inspiration, the power of presence. Let me share a story that highlights the transformative power of presence. A few years ago, I met a woman named Sarah who worked tirelessly as a corporate executive. Despite her professional achievements, she felt unfulfilled because she rarely spent quality time with her children. One day, her youngest son asked, "Mom, why don't you ever play with me?" That question struck a chord. Sarah realized she had been so focused on climbing the career ladder that she neglected the people who mattered most. She decided to make a change. Every evening, she set aside an hour to play games, read stories, or simply talk with her kids. Over time, she noticed a remarkable shift. Not only did her relationship with her children improve, but she also felt happier and more grounded. Sarah's story reminds us that presence is the greatest gift we can give ourselves and others. By showing up fully in each moment, we create memories that last a lifetime. Audiobook conclusion. As we come to the end of this audiobook, let's take a moment to reflect on the key lessons we've explored together. Understanding noise. We learn how to identify and eliminate the distractions that pull us away from what truly matters. Focusing on what matters. Through prioritization techniques like the Eisenhower Matrix and Pareto Principle, we discovered how to direct our energy toward high-impact activities. Finding your purpose. By uncovering our core values and setting meaningful goals, we aligned our daily actions with our long-term vision. Building for long-term success. Time management strategies, resilience-building practices, and continuous learning became tools for sustained growth. Creating balance. Finally, we explored how to nurture relationships, practice self-care, and find joy in the present moment to live a balanced and meaningful life. Each of these lessons is a stepping stone on your journey toward clarity, focus, and fulfillment. Together, they form a roadmap for cutting through the noise and living a life that feels authentic and purposeful. Now it's time to turn these insights into action. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight. It's built one small step at a time. Start today by choosing one strategy from this audiobook and committing to it. Whether it's decluttering your workspace, practicing mindfulness for 5 minutes, or setting a SMART goal, every effort counts. Stay patient and kind to yourself along the way. Progress may feel slow at times, but consistency will yield incredible results. As you move forward, keep this thought in mind. You are capable of more than you think. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. Thank you for listening to How to Cut Out the Noise and Focus on What Really Matters. It has been an honor to share this wisdom journey with you. My hope is that this audiobook has inspired you to live with greater intention, clarity, and joy. If you found value in this content, I'd love for you to support Wisdom Audiobooks by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating resources that empower people around the world to lead better, more fulfilling lives. And remember, your journey doesn't end here, it's just beginning. Keep seeking knowledge, staying focused, and embracing the beauty of the present moment. You have everything you need to create a life that feels deeply meaningful and rich with purpose. Until next time, stay wise, stay focused, and keep shining brightly.